The speaker applies a determiner to indicate the subject or object that is identified by the speaker and the listeners in the conversation. Then we can think of the specification of the determiner. The speaker states a clause at the present. At the present, the subject or the object are already identified. So, how often the determiner specify the subject or the object? The subject or the object stated in the clause before the clause is stated. At the present, when the speaker states the clause about the subject or object described by the determiner, the specific subject or object indicated by a noun or a pronoun is already described. The speaker only cares about the specified subject or object. The speaker does not count the times that the subject and the object are specified. The types of description by the determiner is the constant factor to decide the author of the adverb to reveal the frequency. So, the adverb of frequency does not describe the determiner directly. There is a clause. She is sometimes outgoing. The be-verb describes the existence of the subject she during a period in the present. The present tense revealed by the be-verb signifies that the subject she exists at the present. The be-verb describes the condition of the subject with the adjective outgoing on the premise that the subject exists. The adverb of frequency sometimes describes the adjective outgoing. The condition indicated by the adjective outgoing sets the premise that the subject she exists in the period to include the point at the present. So the subject exists for a period like this, and the condition indicated by the adjective outgoing is actualized a few times like this. The period can be expressed like this, and the actualization. The ratio of actualization is described the subjective perspective of the speaker into the adverb sometimes. The period when the subject exists is not connected as a unit with the condition described by the be-verb. The subject is not in the condition indicated by the adjective outgoing whenever the subject exists. So, the be-verb and the adjective outgoing do not form a consecutive unit of definitions. This phenomenon is caused from a trait of the be-verb that has the trait as an adverb. The be-verb describes the existence of the subject a trait of the verb, the be-verb, that also has the trait of the adverb changes the definition to describe the condition of the subject. During the period, the adverb of frequency sometimes reveals the information about the times that the subject she is in the condition described by the be-verb and the adjective outgoing. So it is very natural that the existence of the subject described by the be-verb and the condition of the subject indicated by the adjective outgoing do not form a consecutive unit of definitions. There are two clauses that the intransitive verb looks and the adjective outgoing form a consecutive unit of definitions, and the intransitive verb looks and the adjective outgoing do not form a consecutive unit of definitions. Let's figure out the difference between these two clauses. The second clause is this: she sometimes looks outgoing. The adverb of frequency sometimes describes the intransitive verb looks in the predicate looks outgoing. The speaker of this second clause responds from this question: how often does she look outgoing? This question focuses on the times that the subject is the object of the action indicated by the intransitive verb looks from the speaker. The third clause is this: she looks sometimes outgoing. The adverb of frequency sometimes describes the adjective outgoing. The speaker of this third clause responds to this question: how often does she is in the condition indicated by the adjective outgoing, while she gets the action indicated by the intransitive verb looks from the speaker. The adverb of frequency sometimes describes the adjective outgoing. The speaker considers the condition of the subject is constant. The condition of the subject to get the action from the speaker is a premise. So the speaker wants to figure out how often does the subject is in the condition indicated by the adjective outgoing. How often does the subject get the action indicated by the intransitive verb looks from the speaker? The speaker of this clause sets the premise that every time the subject gets the action from the speaker to see the subject is in the condition indicated by the adjective outgoing. The speaker reveals the perspective on the times that the action indicated by the intransitive verb looks to form a unit with the adjective outgoing is acted per a period in the present when the subject she exists with the adverb of frequency sometimes. So, the times that the speaker looks at the subject she is not so many. But every time the speaker looks at the subject she, the condition of the subject she exists in the condition indicated by the adjective outgoing. This explanation means that the intransitive verb looks and the adjective outgoing form a consecutive unit of definitions. What is the difference between the transitive verb see and the intransitive verb look? The transitive verb see describes an action of the subject with the object. The action indicated by the transitive verb see starts from the subject and ends with the object. The speaker describes the subject and the object of the transitive verb see in a clause. The action indicated by the intransitive verb look starts from the speaker, and the speaker as the subject starts the action indicated by the intransitive verb look to an object. The object of the action indicated by the intransitive verb look is the subject of a clause. The speaker who starts the action indicated by the intransitive verb look describes the object of the action. So the subject she is to get the action from the subject. This clause describes the condition of the subject. The speaker applies the adverb of frequency sometimes to reveal the perspective on the times that the condition of the subject indicated by the adjective outgoing is actualized per the period of the present when the action indicated by the intransitive verb looks is actualized. So the speaker sets a period of the present to include the point at the present that the action indicated by the intransitive verb looks is actualized. During the period, the definition of the intransitive verb looks is always actualized. But the times that the subject she is in the condition indicated by the adjective going are not so many compared to the period.